I would just say, if you want to be a content creator, it's definitely a grind. It's definitely a hustle. You know, a lot of people see people on here on TikTok and they be like I really do not like those videos where those girls be like, this is what I made in a month. And they be like, $10,000, $12,000, 5,000. And it's like, that's so overwhelming to see
Mm-hmm.
that because everybody is not going to be making that much money. And like, so definitely, I would say definitely like weed out all of the noise. Weed out the
Oh my
noise.
God, absolutely. Absolutely.
If you feel some type of way about somebody, like you might follow a bunch of influencers. If it makes you feel less than, if it makes you feel uncomfortable, if them posting their Birkin bag makes you feel like you need to get a Birkin bag, unfollow them or
Mm-hmm.
snooze them until you feel okay. That's
Mm-hmm.
something I would say because that you can get caught up in that. If you get caught in that
Absolutely.
imposter syndrome, you start questioning things. People start going into debt trying to keep up with another influencer. And it's like if that influencer is making $10,000 a month and you barely making 200, it's not ever gonna work out. So that's one thing. Like take away all the noise. If you feel uncomfortable, take a break and come back to it. Be consistent, and I know people say that all the time, but
It's the
being
truth.
consistent, showing up, being transparent and relatable is also a big thing. So I've been a lot more transparent on my page, like in the last year, about just the struggles that I go through. And I feel like I've gotten so many more messages, like people relate to me, or they're like, "Thank you for sharing that because I thought I was alone" and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be afraid to share your journey, whether it's pretty, whether it's messy, whether it's ugly, whether it's one day you on your reel and your hair is all over your head. Like those are things that really make people relate to you and that really
Mm-hmm.
have even brands connect with those. Like if you're trying
Oh
to get
yeah.
a brand deal, a lot of the brands really love you being you,
Authentic. Mm-hmm.
consistent, be relatable, don't be afraid to be transparent. Obviously, you have to have your own comfort level on what you want to share, but don't be afraid to show those ugly parts of your journey because somebody else is going through that as well and they need somebody to uplift them. They may need somebody to relate to. And, you could be that person. And I'll always tell people this too. Everybody is an influence. Everybody is an influence because somebody has told you about something, you
Mm-hmm.
went and bought it. You done told your family about something you saw on Amazon and they went and bought
Mm-hmm.
it. So everybody is an influencer in their own way. But if you want to
Absolutely.
do it professionally, just keep going. Because
Mm-hmm.
everybody has influenced someone at some point in their life to purchase, to go on a trip, to buy some weeds, buy an outfit. If you got kids, buy a certain toy for your kids, or buy certain bottles and clothes. So it's so many different ways you can connect with people and relate to people. So
Mm-hmm. People out here telling you to hustle, hustle, hustle constantly. Um, and I don't think I knew about that term until a couple years ago. One of my friends spoke about it, and we ended up talking about it on Clubhouse, and it was like a very interesting conversation. And like I said, a lot of people haven't heard that before. So, um, do you take breaks? Do you take like time out? Do you or do you think you are like which one do you think that you are into right now? Because I can honestly say that I was into that part, like the hustle part, until I figured out what that was, and then I kind of like took a step back and I stopped doing that. So,
So when I met you, when I was doing extra work, I was doing like six other things like at the
mhm,
time. So And before that, like I was in a really long relationship and it ended abruptly. My brother got killed. There was a lot of stuff going on in that time of my life. So, and I didn't have anything. I had to start over from scratch. Like I had
Mhm.
quit my job at Zara. It was like a whole situation. So I was starting from scratch. So when I got extra work, I was just literally trying to survive at that moment
Mhm.
in my life. So I was doing like every extra show. I was doing every brand ambassador. Anything I could do, I was doing it. And I was
Mhm.
doing it. I was working all day, every day, 5 days a week, 7 days a week sometimes. And I was in that hustle culture. Like, I'm going to get this money. I'm going to do this, do this, do this. And then it got to a point where I was just exhausted. Like, I didn't see my friends. I wasn't going to family functions because I had to work. I was
Mhm.
tired. So I just took a step back and was like, okay, what can I focus on that, can be one or two things. Let me
Mhm.
dial some stuff back. Because even at the start of the pandemic, I was working for HelloFresh and I was also doing 5 different other things too. And so the pandemic really made me have to step back also because all of those jobs were gone. Like all of the gig jobs, I was working with Wild Bills. We was doing that. That was gone away for the year and a half because they weren't doing events. So it was like all my little hustle things that I was doing, girl, was gone. And I was like,
Mhm.
okay, you need to take a break. So I don't agree with the hustle culture in that aspect. I do think when you are younger, like 19, 20, if you want to do 2 and 3 jobs, I feel like that's the moment you could do it, right?
Mhm.
Because you figuring your life out, you trying to figure out what you want to do, what you want to do. You're younger, you have that stamina, and you not, you young. So like, yeah, if you
Mhm.
want to take 2 years and work 3 jobs and stack your money when you're 19, 20s, perfect. But once you get to a certain point, you can hustle so much and still not make no money. You can hustle
Oh
so
my
much and
God.
still,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
right? So
Absolutely.
and then you can also hustle your way to an early grave. And it's like you
Yep.
got to figure out what's more important, whether it's your self care, your health, your sanity, your rest, your relaxation, or is it this hustle culture, this money that you're trying to get?
Mhm.
So I used to be like that, but now I'm more focused on, a few things that, you know, are more sustainable.
Have you found yourself like burned out or overworked like lately, or have you been good as far as that?
So lately, like this, but since the beginning of the year, I have been feeling like that. But it's just because I feel like I'm in the season right now of like recalibration. Like I'm recalibrating everything. So I have to take breaks from social media for like a good 2 to 3 weeks because it'd be too
It'd be
much.
overwhelming.
So
Yeah, yeah.